you know what your credit was the last time you checked by chance, just before we do a credit application?
Yeah, I checked earlier this year. It was like about 400, 440.
The
450.
How much money you got down?
Like 1,500.
1,500 on this BMW.
Yeah.
All right, 1,500, 500 a month. What's your credit score?
It's like mid-5.
500.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
So your credit score the same as your monthly payment, and you want this BMW?
Yeah, that BMW.
Let me look at your credit.
This is the 2025 Chevy Tahoe RST. It has a base price of $67,000. Then it has all these manufacturer add-ons that add up to $5,424. Plus it has a $2,195 destination fee. And then it has all these add-ons from the dealership that add up to $5,986, which brings the total price to $80,605.
So on this channel, I talk about a lot of different things in terms of finances or like the way homes are built, the way that new apartments all look the same. But if I have to be completely honest about one thing, that would be that I never really had any personal experience with, buying a car, because my only real one experience was buying a complete cash car that my parents took care of for me completely. All I had to do was go 50-50 with them. That is, until recently, my girlfriend saved up money throughout this entire year and we financed a 2020 Honda Civic Sport. I did co-sign with her, so I got to go through the entire experience. I got to realize how shady these dealers actually are. And I got to realize this one important lesson: how expensive interest is for first-time buyers, especially if you're somebody young like we are and somebody with no deep history in credit. Because I have a pretty good credit score. I'm in the 700s, right? But I have no real weight behind that credit, which, for somebody who talks about these kind of videos a lot, I didn't even know that. So now I know a little bit more about what I'm actually talking about in terms of cars. So now I feel comfortable going over how ridiculous these car prices are. So let's go ahead and react to the very first TikTok.
All right, we're gonna be cold calling a customer that inquired about a Dodge Hellcat, one of the black ghosts.
Hello, this is Terry.
Hey Terry, this is Alex with Earth Motor Cars.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? Hey, just giving you a call about this 2023 Black Ghost Challenger that you inquired about, the one that's one of 300, and just seeing if you had any questions and what I need to do to earn your business.
Already pausing the video just to say 1 of 300. You know damn well this is going to be a really difficult car, first of all, to even qualify for, and number two, going to be expensive as hell.
Yeah, man, I have been looking at cars like that before. This is Alex from Earth Motor Cars.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, my nephew watches you on Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Moving merch or something.
Yeah.
He watches those videos, and he's local, so he been in y'all shop and everything. See all the Mopars and everything y'all got.
Yeah.
So,
would you be paying cash or financing this car?
this particular one, I'm gonna be financing.
Okay.
Oh, this
awesome.
particular
How much
one.
money were you planning on putting down, and what's your credit like?
What can you do for me on the car? I see online that car was listed at like 140,000 or something.
Yeah, 158.
Just like I called it.
For again, there's only 20 miles on it, and it's one of 300. Terry, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to negotiate against myself. I definitely have some room in it to work on it. But I want to get to the credit application first, make sure that we're good to go with the banks and whatnot, and then go from there. Does that work with you?
Yeah, I mean, whatever gets me into the car,
Yeah, absolutely.
If I like it, if the numbers sound good, then I'm gonna leave that car. I'm gonna leave with that car. So
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what your credit was the last time you checked, by chance, just before we do a credit application?
Yeah, I checked earlier this year. It was like about 400, 440.
He's not getting this car. 400, 440. He's not even anywhere near this. 440. You're gonna get a Toyota or a Honda, like the most basic. You're gonna get that for 75 months. You're gonna get that for 120 months. Oh man.
450.
You're saying?
See, he's laughing too.
I'm sorry. You said 400?
Yeah, you asked for the credit score, so I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's no problem. Do you know how much money you were planning on putting down?
I mean, for something like the vehicle that I'm interested in, probably something like 10, 15,000. I can come up with that for sure.
10 to $15,000 for anybody, that is a pretty heavy chunk of change. And especially be putting down on a car, that's really good. Let's say you're buying a $30,000 car. That's already 50% right there. Bam, down payment. Now you're only loaning $15K. So you know what I mean? Your financing will be a lot cheaper, right? Or for $15K, you can buy a slightly older car, especially now that that gap in technology is starting to be introduced into cars. It's starting to expand. You can get a pretty good deal for $15K nowadays. And I'm saying that if $15K isn't a huge chunk of change, and that's what I'm trying to say. For this person to have $15K already down, that's a really good deal, right? But unfortunately for his credit score and for this car being I think he said $159,000, I don't think any bank would approve for that. I mean, you can see in this dude's face right here, man, he's not too happy about that.
Money ain't a problem, so.
Yeah, let me look at this again. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Tara. I'm just gonna be blunt. You'd probably have to go the lease route with it, and probably at minimum 20% down.
You saying like that? I'm gonna have to lease this car. Is what you're saying?
With to get to where you want to be, money down. Yes, sir.
But let me tell you something, Alex. Like I bought cars like this before, and I ain't never had to lease nothing. Like if I'm gonna buy the car, I'm gonna own it. Is what I'm saying. So.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, if you're
trying to do for this vehicle.
Yeah, if you were financing, you'd still be it'd still be the banks, technically speaking.
Never.
Because they can
I'm
repo
gonna
it
be
at
honest
any
with you, I
time.
never had to do anything like this for my previous cars. Like I got a Bentley Continental, and I ain't had to do nothing like that.
Okay.
That one. So.
How is it? A older car? Was it a less expensive one than 158, or?
I mean, I don't know what you mean by less expensive. It's a Bentley, but I mean, it's a 2008 Bentley Continental. But
Okay.
I mean,
Pausing the video right there. Our average market price, 46.5K. All right, so for 15 down, let's say he had another 15 down to put on that. I can totally see how a bank or two would probably take up that offer with a really high interest rate, I will say. And they probably even repoed it depending on how, bad this dude's financial situation is, right? But it seems like, he's pretty, at least there financially, right? I mean, 440 credit score, how good can it really be? But, he at least got the vehicle.
I'm just saying, like.
So this is a little bit above
I
his
just wanna get into this
tier.
car.
I got you. Yeah, that's no problem. I mean, you said money wasn't an issue, so would you be able to come up with that 60% down?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I mean, I feel like you can make it happen with 20,000 down. So if you're trying to get my business, then that's what we don't have to do. But I'm gonna just keep walking and find another car somewhere else. I came to you because of my nephew. Like I feel like I can buy a car like this anywhere else. It's a Hellcat. It ain't nothing crazy, but I'm just
Nothing
saying,
crazy.
with my credit and everything. I feel like that shouldn't be an issue to my business. Like I'm ready here to buy the car. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll do that. I'll send you a credit application if that works with you, and then we can just go from there. Does that sound good?
Yeah, man. Just send it. We figure something out. So.
Okay, Terry. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you very much.
All right, man.
All right, Terry. Bye.
I mean, obviously he's not going to get the car, right? But I think this kind of proves that the dealership still wants their money, right? Like, at the end of the day, the dealership can add as many markups as they ever wanted to, right? But it's still up to the bank to secure the ability to even lease the car out to begin with. So, they want their money really bad, right? And so he's going to try to get that money regardless. But really, once you get to the financing side, it is basically on the banks. Now, with that being said, right, they can still do some stuff to increase that price, which is why, you should always go to a credit union, see how much you can get, like the lowest offer. And if they beat it, you know what I mean? Then you're like, okay, well, I got approved for this. Can you work with that? Or I'm just going to go with them instead. So there's some things that you can do with it, right? But, he's just trying to get his money, man. Having a 400 score and inquiring for a 6-figure car is insane. Yeah, no, that monthly payment at like 15K down, that's still gonna be like $1,500 a month. And then on top of that, this is a really nice, really luxurious car. That insurance is going to eat him alive. So we're gonna have to see how good his income is monthly, man. This reminds me of myself looking at $1 million houses on Zillow that I have no business looking at because, everybody dreams of having that really nice item, whether it be a car, a house, or quite literally anything, right? Some people collect collectibles, but your income is still your income. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't afford it, you just simply can't afford it. I mean, you can afford it in your dreams, but, reality is a different situation.
Car you looking for?
I did see that BMW out there. The
X7?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's your budget?
As like what?
How much you want to pay for a vehicle?
You talking about monthly?
No, total price.
It looks like it's like 20 something.
That BMW?
Yeah.
X7?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure we on the right car. How much you want to pay a month?
No more than like
500. How much money you got down?
like 1,500.
1,500 on this BMW.
Yeah.
All right, 1,500, 500 a month. What's your credit score?
It's like mid 5.
500.
Yeah.
Another low
Your
credit score
the same
person.
as your monthly payment, and you want this BMW.
Yeah, that BMW.
Let me look at your credit. I see you put your app in already. You a 490, a 525, and a
550, mid 5.
Yeah. And you want this BMW right here.
Yeah.
Now this BMW is $41,860, and you want to pay 500 a month. You got
I want
15.
to stay at like the same monthly payment I'm paying.
So you want to upgrade?
You can't do that?
Well, I'm known for helping people, but no, I can't do it. Ain't no way. The math ain't mathing. That's $40,000 car. I'm just saying, I got something I can get you on. If you give me $1,500 down.
But I want like a BMW or a Mercedes or like a
You are
Lexus.
not getting a
How much money you make a
Mercedes.
month?
I can tell you my hourly.
All right, what's your hour?
Like $12.50.
An hour?
Yeah.
I no longer can tell if this is a joke video or not. $12.50 and you want a BMW? I mean, surely there's a bunch of people out there that are just like this person in particular, but like, I don't know if this is just delusions or what it is, man. I mean, you got a 500 credit score. You got 1.5 down, right? And you really want $500 a month. Man, like that's how much I'm paying for. Not actually, I'm paying like $350 for a $1,600 loan, right? Over 4 years, which by the way, I did get like 14.75% interest rate. I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell you at the beginning of this video, man. Like that first time buyer stuff, it is not nothing to be messing around with, right? But golly, man, she's probably looking at what, 800, 700 a month?
You say $12.50.
$12.50. I work.
Can she even qualify
Yeah,
with
$2,000 a
$12.50?
month. That's what you make.
I make more than that.
That's it.
I do overtime too.
I understand, but we don't count overtime. It's not reliable. We go on your base. If I could get you in this car and your credit score of 495, you want
550.
yeah, even if it's 550, you looking at a $1,600 payment. You good with that?
How much?
Okay, so I was way wrong.
Actually, I got an approval
I was
right here.
way
I got a
wrong.
call.
What car is it?
Well, it ain't that X7. Definitely not that BMW. It's made by BMW.
What is it?
I got a 2019 Mini Cooper, low
I
mile,
ain't getting no Mini Cooper.
60,000 miles. Well, your income is mini. We trying to match your income with the car. I mean,
I'm not doing.
Look. As unreliable as Mini Coopers are, man, are they pretty. I like Mini Coopers. Oh my God, especially like, some of their earlier models. Man, I wish I was a mechanic, because if I was a mechanic, I definitely have a Mini Cooper.
Doing no Mini Cooper.
you ain't doing no X7 either.
Definitely ain't doing no Mini Cooper.
We got to meet in the middle somewhere. Credit score just don't say BMW. You got a cosigner. Maybe we can get some. You got a mama, your dad, cute girl. Don't nobody love you.
Nah, ain't nobody gonna co-sign for me.
Well, look like you don't pay nobody.
I need a card to get to work and back.
I know. What you do?
I work at Panda.
Express?
Yeah.
You gonna need a cosign. You struggling with that, and you want to get that X7,
I'm gonna make the payments on the X7.
but you might be late.
Definitely not. I got an approval somewhere else.
Where?
I can't remember the place.
Hey, I'm quite sure you can't.
No, I have an approval. I only need $1,500 down on a BMW.
What year?
It's like a 2022.
Oh, and they told you can have that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get it right now, actually, because you don't want to help me.
Well, I tell you what. I appreciate your time. When you get it, I want you to bring it back here and just let me see it. I want to take a picture of you in it. You don't mind.
Why would I do that?
I'm just saying, you finna get your new BMW. I just
Well,
like to
you're
see
not
you.
trying to help me, so.
Maybe our banks just don't like you. Ain't nothing we can do. Maybe we're not big enough.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get the other BMW.
You have a great day.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
So she started getting a little bit more rude there at the end, right? And this guy was being a little bit passive aggressive, you know what I mean, with the well, your budget's mini, right? But I feel like that was just more like a reality check, you know what I mean? Like some people take reality checks way too harshly. She wants a new BMW, Lexus, or Mercedes and makes $12.50 an hour. Some people are so out of touch, it's laughable. Now, I'm sure one of you guys in your real life knows at least a person or two that it's exactly like this, right? And it's just kind of baffling. You know what I mean? It's like they live in a completely different world from everybody else, because people are struggling to pay $30,000 cars. The average price for a brand new car is now $50,000. Now let's go over a video to actually put those numbers into perspective.
Most first-time buyers buy a car in that $20,000 range, so let me show you guys what payments look like. Just to give you guys an idea of what $20,000 can get you, these pre-owned Tucsons that are 2022s hover around that $20,000 mark. Same thing with the new body style Elantras. I got this red one, I also got this black one right over here. I pulled up my website to see if there's anything better. This one is probably the best option. 2023, this one has the convenience package, priced at $19,627. So we have everything plugged in, $19,627 selling price, financing for 72 months.
Do not finance for 72 months, man. I'm telling you, you are paying more in interest. Just get the lowest amount, 3-4 years, man. If you really have to, 5. But just absolutely no way are you going to pay for a car for over 7 years, man. Come on.
First time buyer rate at 12%, I think that's about average. $2,000 down and $1,000 in fees. Your monthly payment on this car would be $389.60. If you were to keep this car for the entire loan, you'd be paying about $8,000 in interest total. If you decided that you wanted to go no money down and get Gap instead, you'd be $448 a month. Now, one thing that a lot of first-time buyers forget to factor into their monthly payment is cost of insurance. Also, make sure you keep in the back of your head that it costs money to start up a new insurance policy unless you're getting added on to somebody else's. If you guys want to get a quote on a car you're thinking about buying, you can use the insurance quote tool that's in my bio.
Now you can see really how expensive cars are. $389.60 without Gap insurance, right? For 7 years or 72 months. I think that might be 6 years actually. I might be tripping, right? But still, you're basically paying $400 a month still for a $20,000 car. I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous. And if you go back to the video, right, you'll see that you are paying $8,000 in interest. And now that number would be significantly lower if you just paid a shorter amount of time. The shortest amount of time you pay, less interest is added to the total amount. And then, $448 a month with Gap insurance, which, if you're going to be, leasing a car out for that long, right, you're definitely going to want to be getting a Gap insurance, right? If you're getting a shorter term, you don't necessarily need it. It's still a little bit risky because, myself, I got hit by a drunk driver one time, right? Thankfully, insurance covered me, right? But I paid my car in cash, I don't know how effed I'd be if I was still, paying off that car to the banks, right? Well, actually, no, I do know somebody I can talk about. My Theo, right? He crashed his car. The insurance didn't want to cover it, right? Even though there was hardly any damage on it, and now he's still paying that car off. So there you go. But let's go back to the example of, that girl that makes $12.50 an hour. She gets paid $2,000 a month, right? That would still be a fourth of her monthly income, right? And that's excluding insurance. And he's absolutely right. First time insurance is super expensive. If you're very young, you're looking at $300, $400, $500, depending on what kind of car you get to even begin with. And then it's even more outrageous whenever you consider the fact that, okay, let's say, the car you want to buy is, $35K, right? You put $15K down, you still owe $20,000, right? Not only did you have to save up that $15K to begin with, right? Especially whenever, budgets are pretty tight nowadays because everything just seems to be so damn expensive. Now, on top of that, you're paying all this money that you saved up, right? That could have been used somewhere else. And now you are paying that off. You're adding another expense, sorry, is what I'm trying to say. You're adding another expense to your monthly budget. And if you are super tight, that might just not be doable. And one of the reasons as to why new cars are so expensive is because of all the technology that they put into it. That's really upping the prices beyond, just corporation greed, right? But what if you wanted a newer car without any of the fancy stuff, right? You would expect there to be at least 1 or 2 cars out there with absolutely bare bones, just, you driving the car, right? And you'd expect that car to be super cheap. Well, unfortunately, that's just not true.
I was just calling to see if I could get a new truck. I want no tech, nothing. I just want metal. I'm more of an old school guy, so I don't like all the stuff that breaks.
What is the absolute minimum that you're wanting here?
I want, nothing.
So you want, no screens? You want a radio?
I mean, radio is fine, I guess, but I just don't want none of that CarPlay, Blue Cruise nonsense. I'm not buying a computer. I'm buying a car.
Would you be interested in used at all?
No, I want a new truck.
I hate to be the bringer of bad news here, but unfortunately that just isn't a thing anymore. Even the most base model F-150 right now, they come with a digital dashboard, they come with a 12-inch screen, they all have Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, automatic high beams. Are you looking for a full-size truck, or would you be interested in something a little bit smaller?
Well, I was hoping for a crew cab. F-150 is my favorite.
The least tech-filled of the three is we could get you into a leftover 23 or 24 Maverick. I think we have one or two left over. Those are the most just bare-bones trucks that there is, but even then, there still is a small screen in there.
As long as they don't have that stupid smart cruise control, I might want to take a look at that one. You said it had a screen, though?
It does still have a screen, yeah. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's like 7-inch. It's not huge, it's small. You're more than...
That's humongous. If you ask me, that's way too big, man. Something like 4, 3, 2. That would be that's more average, right? That's a lot better.
You're welcome to test drive one while you're here and see what your thoughts are on it.
I got time at 5:30.
All right, I'll throw you down on here. Just ask for Austin when you come in, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, I'll see you soon.
So now you see that there's like absolutely nothing available for your average consumer who just wants to get to point A to point B. Any of your, college graduates, right? And I remember seeing a video, right? And maybe I might pull it up right now, right? But I remember seeing a video of how bare bones you could buy a Honda Civic back then.
This is a brand new 1984 Honda Civic with under 70 miles on it, and it's amazing just how basic you could buy these cars. I mean, look, no power locks, no power windows. Okay, that's to be expected. No air conditioning, heat only. How about no radio? Instead, you get a little blank panel that says Honda, but if you didn't inspect the option for the radio, you didn't get any sound system whatsoever. What's funny is you actually still got the speaker covers, but they're blank. There's nothing in there. I mean, it's even more basic than that. Like there's no passenger side mirror at all.
And I'm telling you, there would be like no AC. You would still have to crank your windows, right? The AC, I mean, there was still an AC, right? But there was only heat. There was a ton of buttons missing. I mean, that is just a car. That is a car. That is not a car with a ton of features. That is just something that you could drive, and best believe at the time that was super affordable and super cheap. Something a college student could afford. And I think the top comment explains it very well. I don't want a computer. I want a car. I understand that. And if you go down the comments, everybody is, agreeing with him.
They are literally building these cars so that you throw them away when they break. Literally, just throw them away when they break. Don't replace it, don't fix it, just throw it away. So I'm installing a camera system, and I messed up. Somehow I got myself locked. I'm pretty sure I didn't loop the piece all the way through on the handle. So basically the door was shut. I pulled on it really hard. Door opens. But as you can tell, I broke this. Just a little plastic piece, I broke it. I mean, no biggie. I'll look online. Can't find it. I understand it's a newer car. This is 23. I'm like, shoot, let's call the dealer. So the guy on the phone was like, he spent like 10 minutes. He calls me. He actually had to call me back. Calls me back and says, actually, we can't just get the door handle. I'm like, what do you mean you can't just get the door handle? You have to order the entire door panel. He even said it comes with a new window switch. And then I realized, because I took the dang thing back off, he's not kidding. It is like, they've molded the plastic around it. You cannot get this off. You cannot get that out. What the heck? One, I get, like, this should never break, right? But how many times have you replaced a window switch in a car? It gets wet with water. What are you going to tell me? I need a whole new door panel? It's only a cool $525.
And this is because things nowadays are designed to break, so you go out and buy, newer, better things, right? Consume. Now, see, I'm not too anti-capitalist, right? But I am so anti, whatever is going on nowadays, where people are just trying to get the newest and latest and greatest things, right? Whatever happened to, going back a couple of decades. But, that's besides the point, right? This car, you literally cannot replace the door handle, right? There's just so many stuff that is made overly complicated, and in a way to where if it breaks, you got to buy a new one. Now, for example, right? I cannot stand these new electronic e-brakes, right? You cannot use them while you're driving in certain cars, right? And on top of that, they are so overly complicated that it is so expensive to replace them. If you ever look up what a handbrake actually looks like, it is a super simple design. And no. They can't just do that, right? They have to overly complicate it, add electronics that, are more prone to breaking than actual physical hardware. It's just so they can upcharge, man. More money, more money to go around. And not only that, right? They could advertise reinventing the wheel as a brand new feature. So now that's another upcharge.
Would you pay $80,605 for this Tahoe? This is the 2025 Chevy Tahoe RST. It has a base price of $67,000. Then it has all these manufacturer add-ons that add up to $5,424. Plus it has a $2,195 destination fee. And then it has all these add-ons from the dealership that add up to $5,986, which brings the total price to $80,605.
Just tell the dealership, take away all the add-ons, you know, all the markups, right? If they decline that even after several minutes, because they're gonna budge, right? After several minutes, maybe even an hour, depending on what kind of dealership it is, right? If they just absolutely refuse to, end of the day, right? Walk away, go to another dealership. You do not want to be paying for these markups.
It has a 5.3 liter V8 engine, and it is two-wheel drive. 22-inch high-gloss wheels. It has a panoramic power sunroof. It has heated front seats and heated second row seats. It also has wireless charging, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, the black Chevy badging on the front, the black badging on the back, as well as the RST badging, and then the dual tip, dual exhaust.
I cannot stand how everything is an SUV nowadays, man. Like they're not that pretty on the eyes, man. And how often are you really gonna need all that space, man? How often are you buying a new TV, a new couch, man? And on top of that, there's such things as free delivery. You know what? The company will send the item you paid for to your doorstep. So there's not even any use for these, you know, SUVs, man. We need companies to go back to making coupes and sedans, man, or a wagon. I haven't seen a wagon in a while.
It has the roof rack, the step rails, the power heated mirrors, a 10-speaker Bose stereo system, heated steering wheel, and of course lots of safety features as well. So of course we all know that Tahoes are extremely popular, but would you pay $80,605 for this 2025 Chevy Tahoe RST? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if you like this video, go ahead and give me a follow. Let me know what you want to see next.
Absolutely not. I would not pay $80,000 for any car. Even if it is the most nicest car. Oh, maybe if it is the most nicest car in the world, right? But, you know, those go for like millions of dollars. Nope, 30K is all it's worth, period. And it is a POS, so there's that. Absolutely, I completely agree with him, man. This looks like a 30K car. Depreciates just as fast as it gulps gasoline. Absolutely. Bigger car means more gas wasted, means more trips to the gas station, and also while you're at it, you're gonna be paying more, man. My girlfriend's new car, right? We put $20 and that was a complete tank, and she had drove in that for an entire week, even drove to my house, right, which I'm like 50 miles 60 miles away from her, and that's about 45 minutes to an hour. And in Dallas traffic, right? So that's stop and go traffic, which wastes even more gas to begin with. $20, right? Now my dad has a truck, right? And my car broke down for a weekend, right? And I used that to go to my girlfriend's house and back. And I already had to pump in. Oh my God, pump in gas, and that was about $50. I could not drive a truck, right? Like trucks, they look nice, they're fancy, right? You know, they drive like a beast, but hell no. Me personally, hell no. But I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and of course, leave a like and subscribe because, well, originally I was trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but I took a pretty big break. So let's get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And with that all done and said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.